you can buy a soft copy and then have them upload them onto Facebook. So, well, they upload them on their Facebook page and then you tag yourself in them, so that's what we're gonna do. And I might put some copies of it in the vlog, depending if I can figure out how to use this new iMovie with the new the Mavic or Mavic, I don't know, the new Apple thing. I'm having a hard time using that iMovie, but we'll see. But yeah, so we're heading to Hobbiton and then the glowworm cave. And lucky for us, because it's winter, we're pretty much getting our own like a private tour, because we're the only ones going. Well, not a private tour of the place. I don't know how that. We might, but the company we're using, we're the only ones on the bus. So yeah, we're sorry. It's really bumpy. So we're really spread out, and yeah, it's actually like 5:32 Australian time, so I think my body's still like, girl, you're supposed to be asleep. But yeah, it was an interesting night. But yeah, so that's about it. And I think unless I see anything interesting on the way there, I'm probably gonna just start vlogging once we get to Hobbiton. I look like a hobbit right now. Yeah, we all look like hobbits. Bye. Almost to Hobbiton. There's a sign over there. I don't know if we'll remember to see it. Just gotta go really quick. Oh, can't really see it. It's originally a sheep farm.
Good or not? He hasn't been down there before. Yeah. Yeah.
It's gone. It's cold.
No. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Sorry, you heard that answer? No. Because what's the problem?
Gift shop, not so impressive. Didn't have as many things as I thought it would. And tour bus, not that impressive. I can't hear what the guy's saying. I can't hear what he's saying at all. I just can't. But there's a bunch of goats.
This is the Alexander Farm. This is where they're shouted.
And there's a family talking, so I have no idea what's going on. There are like sheep everywhere. It's so adorable. Oh, see? Sheep everywhere.
That's the agreement with the Alexanders.
I haven't seen this. So this is the very beginning of the tour. There's a group in front of us, so we're kind of stalling until they keep going.
First time you ever see Gandalf and Frodo coming into town was through that little pathway there. Now, it's pretty notable in that scene that there's a height difference, as you all know. One's a wizard, one's a hobbit. So to achieve that, it was actually done without using any CGI, computer-generated imagery. So the way that they did it was a technique called forced perspective. So they actually cut the cart in half, separated it by 3 meters, had the camera attached to the front with Gandalf sitting right in front of it and Frodo sitting in the back piece. So as you know, the further something is, the smaller it gets, the closer it is, the bigger it is. So with Gandalf sitting right in front, he was much larger than Frodo sitting in the back seat. They do use those kind of techniques throughout the movie. By the way, this is Pickles, the Hobbiton cat. She's lived here for over 11 years. She's a bit of an attention seeker. But they do use that technique throughout the set as well. So we actually have 3 sized Hobbit houses within Hobbiton. There are only 3 houses that are to 100% scale, so the right size that any of us could probably live in, and they're over at the party field. I'll point them out when we get there. On the far side there is a 90% scaled house. So to be a hobbit in any of the movies, you had to be shorter than 5'4". That was to be an extra. So in that way, you would be the right size as a wee little hobbit. Kind of a scapegoat for what was the party field. So where the party field is, it used to actually be a swamp, and it was about 18 feet of water. They then needed a nice flat area for the filming of Bilbo's birthday, so they leveled it out, and all of the water made its way down. And instead of having a swamp like to the right, they decided to use it, dug a trench, and it formed a little pond. Now during filming, it did cause a lot of unforeseen problems because it did attract a lot of frogs. At most, they counted about 32 frogs, so it did become a bit of an issue for the sound department. All you would hear in the background was singing frogs. So what they did instead was jumped in, fished them out, took them to neighbouring farms to get rid of them, came back and then finished their shooting for the day. The next day they'd come back and they noticed that the frogs had 2. So it was a daily job that they needed to get rid of them. Obviously the numbers would differ, but at most 32 is quite a lot of frogs for that little pond. Now a cool detail about this area is actually those 3 trees right there. They're here because of a specific line in the 3rd Lord of the Rings book that states little hobbit children sitting under plum trees making pyramids of their pips. Now because of that line, Peter Jackson knew that they needed plum trees here, but he didn't actually like the size and scale to the ones that, or of the ones that they originally bought in. So instead, these are apple and pear, and they were bought from other parts of the set. He then had the art department take off every leaf and every piece of fruit, and then rewired artificial plums and artificial plum leaves to them, making them plum trees. Now anyone who has seen the movies may be thinking, where did I see those plum trees? They never actually made it into the movies. All that time, effort and money, and there was no payoff for the poor little things. Now the area that we're in, the dell, is only used as background setting, so it probably only makes it into the movies, all of the movies, for possible 30 to 40 seconds. In The Hobbit, Bilbo ran from the top of the hill down to the bottom there. It's the only time you see this area. And in The Lord of the Rings, Gandalf was on his little cart and he made his way along the path as he was heading to Bilbo's house. So you can see how much detail went into something that was only used briefly. So we're going to make our way around the path, have a good look, and I'll meet you at the wood pile before we head up the hill.
So I've decided that this is my house.
No, this is my house. She's stealing my house.
No, like
I said first.
she did, but like she interrupted my sentence because that's what I was gonna say. Sorry, my lips are chapped. But like I just like opened my mouth. I was about to say this is gonna be, and then she just started talking, and she was like, "This is my house," and I'm like, listen, that's what I was about to say. I need you to calm down. I don't know if I had taped that part of him talking, but this barely was in the movie. But they put in a lot of work into making it so cute. Everything's so cute here.
So what?
So right there is where Gandalf came through, and that's where they left.
Where was that house where everyone took a picture?
I think it's the one I think it's Gandalf's house.
Yeah.
Not Gandalf's house. Frodo's house. Bilbo Baggins. Oh, here it is. Actually, we're at the house. Yeah, this is it. This is Bilbo Baggins' house, and we get to go inside. There is the green dragon, all the way out there. But yeah, here's the house. $1.5 million tree to make. There's the green dragon. All the way out there.
Was one of the original tents used as part of the set. Imagine 20 more.
Party field. There's Baggins' house.
Plus then you have tables, chairs, games, stages, lanterns, the maypole, and up to 200.
Here's the green dragon. And you get drinks here as part of your tour price. And I'm getting apple cider as usual because I do not like beer. And it was also recommended, so it must be great. But back there's the Shire. I think I'm saying that right. Where's the green dragon?
Huh?
They said there's a green dragon on there, so it's called the green dragon. Thought there was gonna be some gigantic giant dragon on it. Ooh, it smells so oldie.
It smells like a cat.
Like burning wood. Well. Please, please, can I come and stay at the cabin? I want to stay at your cabin.
Yeah.
There's a cabin in Norway, and I'm gonna go stay there. Oh, they don't come in bottles. This is so cool. Yeah.
I don't want beer.
Yeah, I want apple cider. Thank you.
What would you like?
Apple cider.
Yum.
That was it.
Got a seat right in front of the fire. Except not for her. But yeah, this is cool. So this is where they came and they were like eating and stuff. I don't remember. But yeah, cider's good. Not super sweet, but it's still good. I like cider. Yum. Well, this is probably the last you will see of Hobbiton because my camera's dying, but it was awesome. It was amazing and amazing. God, I'm on my period.